That's probably the best one I've ever done.
That is actually
My
the best
wife
one, I
has
think.
slowed down.
Yeah. Slow down. Get it.
Loosey Goosey.
Loosey Goosey.
Welcome back, everybody, once again to our Loosey Goosey show about town. Today we are again at Concept Leather, one of our favorite places to come. We love coming here. The smell in here is just dynamite.
Isn't it beautiful?
It's like that new car smell, you know,
Yeah.
almost like that new car you get with leather. We've got some great stories to talk about today, but we also want to remind you, Christmas is around the corner. This is a great spot to come check out cool gifts for your family for Christmas. Original gifts, quality leather. Just like this tablecloth that we have here. It's just gorgeous. And custom work too as well. Cars, boats, motorcycles. You got your car away for the winter? Want to get leather seats put on? Come see Zena. I'm telling you, it'll blow your mind.
Well,
absolutely blow your mind.
A little bit later on, if you don't mind, Zena has to measure my head.
Yes, yes.
Because I'm getting a cowboy hat.
There you go. See,
cowboy hat. My cowboy hat is so old.
Oh my God. You've
but
had
you
that,
know what?
You've had that as long as I've known you.
I would never get rid of that.
No, I know that.
That hat, you know how old that hat is? That hat goes back a few years.
Yeah.
Back to when I worked in AM radio. That's how old that hat is.
So,
I'm getting a new hat. Zena's getting me a new hat.
New hat?
A new leather hat. I want one of those Garth Brooks hats, you know what I mean, with the feathers and stuff. Yeah. Maybe I'll get some chicks.
Maybe get some chicks.
So
you can check it out. They're downtown Acton, and right beside Vinyl Land too as well. So another great store. But for you on quality leather goods, this is the place to come around here. I can assure you of that. And handmade stuff. Do repair zippers. All
people think
things.
when you go to a leather store, everything's so expensive.
No.
But just come in and see Zena.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you'll find out that the prices are amazing.
And like I say, guys, you got your cars away for the winter now. All your classic cars, your custom cars and stuff like that. Get your seats in here. She'll do them, man.
Yeah. And she'll do a great job
Damn
on
right.
them too, I'll tell you.
Damn right. Work. So
come on in to Concept Leather, downtown Acton. Don't forget our message board is right outside.
That too, yeah.
With our news and sports that I post every morning. And Zena is my partner in crime. She puts them up every morning, and people come and wander around with their dogs. And there's everything you need to know in one place.
One shot.
Of course, our logo is there, and it's right next to the death notices, of course, which are a fixture here in downtown.
Well, since I've been here, there's been 3 or 4 people have stopped.
Yeah.
Just to read that or the message board. So.
Yeah. And Concept Leather has become the center of downtown Acton.
Pretty much.
For information
and she's partnered with the guys, Chris and them from Titan Tech, so she can even do embroidery now as well. So
great.
I recommend people come down, shop local. We need to be shopping more local, and like I say, boats, cars, motorcycles. You need a new seat cover on your motorbike. Get her down here.
And don't forget Max Tires, 905-873-9255. They have the best deals on tires and accessories. They also fix cars, trucks. They have licensed mechanics there, and I do believe they're starting up a cleaning service for cars.
Oh, okay. Detailing.
Detailing.
Mm-hmm.
That's the word I was looking for, but I couldn't quite find it. You know what I mean? That's the Newfie side of me. I don't know. I'm half Newfie. I don't know about the top half and the bottom half.
The bottom half, bye.
Let's get on with the news, and the big one. This is kind of.
I don't like these stories, man. I really don't. I hate having to bring these to people,
well,
but we do need to let people know what's going on. So.
But 9 Halton residents were among more than 100 people charged with child exploitation offenses in October. The result of the work being done by investigators and analysts that comprise the provincial strategy to protect children from sexual abuse and exploitation on the internet. And this is happening locally.
Yep.
Of the 9 individuals facing charges, 5 are from Burlington, 2 are from Georgetown, and 2 from Milton. Child exploitation numbers continue to rise, according to the provincial operation involving 27 police services, including Halton Police. If you suspect anything at all,
absolutely
get in touch with the police.
Yep.
And,
don't even hesitate.
There's no reason why children should be involved in this garbage.
When you hear about it going on in Toronto, you kind of go, no. But when it's going on here at home,
I don't like that.
That
I don't
pisses
like
me
that at
off.
all. It's just it's something that small towns, it happens everywhere.
It does.
You can't stop it, but it happens here as well.
But you always hear people say, I never think it would happen in my hometown. Well, it happens everywhere, but unfortunately.
You'd be surprised how well it's hidden, too.
Well, that
you
So
really
this-
have to look hard for it, and you know, a lot of the kids are put in situations they shouldn't be in, and you know, how do you break the news of something like that?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And how do you, even kids can be also afraid to come forward and speak
Yeah.
up about it and whatever. So it makes it challenging on the police to investigate and stuff. But like Big Daddy said, you hear anything, report it to the police, please.
You know, I mean, you're not. I mean, you know, something like that is so very important that you get it, you nip it in the bud.
The innocence
Because
of a child is now gone.
That's right, and the child will never be the same again.
No. We hate talking about this thing because we've been going on for almost 3 years now and we're sick of it, but we've had the worst month since April with 19 COVID deaths in the Halton Hills, or in the Halton region, sorry. Number of people being treated in the region's hospitals almost doubled in a week. Halton region reported 7 COVID-19 related deaths in the past week alone, and the number of people being treated for the virus in the region's hospitals almost doubled at the same time. 7 deaths, 3 in Burlington, 2 each in Oakville and Milton, brought the November's totals in the region to 21, the most, like I said, since April that we've seen those kind of numbers when it comes to the death numbers. The number of people being treated for COVID-19 in Halton hospitals also jumped from a 3-month low of 16 last week to 29 this week. Of those, 12 were admitted for COVID-19, while the remaining 17 were admitted for other reason, but later tested positive. So,
Well, it's getting into that time of year where it's flu season anyway, and the
that's
numbers
it.
are going to go up.
yeah,
So,
the numbers are, and again, you've got people going out Christmas shopping and being out a little bit more, I think.
it's nice. It's nice that people are getting out and about, because
Oh, yeah.
I'm starting to worry about the human race a little bit.
Well, it's, like even us, we played at the Appalachian last Friday, and the place was jammed. You couldn't move inside that place. It was so packed, and you got the crowd doing this out in the crowd.
That's great.
But
That's
you
great.
realize it's
part
great.
of life that we missed.
But you realize, we were all in that confined space, and very fortunate that nobody got sick that I know of. But
I don't think we're ever going to get rid of COVID.
I don't think so.
I think it's here for our lifetime,
Yeah.
anyway, and we're just going to have to put up with it.
Just like it's
another fly on the wall.
The flu. It's another flu, really.
Another one, and all 3 of us have had it. Have you had it, Gina? Yes. All 4 of us have had it, and then we know how much of a wallop it is, because I've had flu not too many times in my lifetime, maybe 5 or 6 times, but the last one, it's the granddaddy of all
It's the
flus,
granddaddy,
buddy, I'll tell you.
Yeah.
And Mike Devine, our buddy, the morning guy at Seajoy, one of my best friends, one of your best friends, he's got COVID now.
Oh, does he?
And he says, I got a sore throat. Wait a minute, I got to go get my test. He comes back on. I'm on Facebook. 10 minutes later, he says, I got COVID. I'm going,
great.
oh, God.
I'll get some rest, Mike. We love you, brother.
Yeah, that's all you can do with COVID. Is you got to sleep. Just sleep.
Yeah.
Drink lots of water.
Shut your phone off. Put a binge watch whatever you can.
I didn't hardly eat at all when I had.
I didn't eat. Didn't eat.
I
lost.
eat at all.
I got down to 164 pounds. I was. It was ridiculous.
That's my left leg. 164 pounds. But I lost a little bit of weight too, because you don't eat.
No.
And,
Well, you don't have the energy to even make anything, let
And
alone
if you don't
eat.
feel well, stay home. Don't.
Yeah, exactly. Stop going out, people.
My doctor-
Even me last night. I'd worked the night before plowing, and I was bagged. I was exhausted and just feeling like crap, and I had a tickle in my throat. We had band practice last night. And I said, guys, you know what? I'm not coming.
Well, you have to be careful, because you've got,
Well, I've got health issues.
issues with diabetes and everything else, and you can get wore down a lot easier than
very
most folks.
very quickly. Like even this week was a bad one with the MS. So
There you go. This guy, I don't know how he puts up with everything he puts up with, but now let's get back to holiday stuff. The holiday market is returning to downtown Georgetown on consecutive Saturdays, as Fox and Dana will tell you.
That's
from
right.
over that side of the room there. The Georgetown Holiday Market is back to spread holiday cheer. Put on by Downtown Georgetown BIA, the holiday market takes place on consecutive Saturdays. That's December 3rd and the 10th from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. And this will be on Main Street South. Of course, it includes local small businesses, craft and food vendors, and it's also an opportunity to find a unique holiday gift warm up with a hot drink, or spending time with friends and family enjoying the holiday atmosphere.
Absolutely.
So they do a great job in downtown Georgetown, the Georgetown BIA, and they're always stirring up things to do in downtown Georgetown.
Oh, so like you say, we got Christmas around the corner. We want to encourage people to shop local.
That's Quinn.
That's Quinn, by the way.
Quinn is
He
our
didn't like
guest.
the way I had the camera set up. He wanted to readjust
We've
it.
got to get Quinn. Quinn is Zena's dog, one of them.
One of them, yeah.
And he's just a beautiful border collie.
Oh, that's fine. That's a Loosey Goosey show.
Yeah.
That's what we love about it.
Exactly.
Such a sweetheart. Both Leah and I, and of course Leah, we've all lost our dogs, and within recent memory. But yeah, it's closer for me. Like two dogs I lost. You lost yours.
It's been 3 years.
And there, there's just a connection I have with, and I said to Zena, "Is Quinn going to be there?" And she said, "You're damn right, he's going to be there." And there he is, my buddy. And he won't leave me alone when I'm on camera.
He was right up.
He was right up
there.
And he's going to come on at the end of the show.
Yeah.
Sure.
We'll get him to come on and say hi. The Glen is also doing a Christmas market that's going on, and to let people know, Main Street in Glen Williams will be closed for the day. The market's going to take over a good portion of Main Street for outdoor shopping from artisan vendors and so many more. It'll be transformed into a winter wonderland on this coming Sunday. The Christmas market in the Glen opens noon until 6 p.m. on December 4th, taking over the road from Copper Kettle Pub through to Mountain Street. And the outdoor market will feature 30 artisan vendors, food trucks, wagon rides, and visits from Santa. And the characters like the Grinch and Frosty the Snowman. And there will be a tree lighting at 5 p.m. Organized by the Glen Williams Town Hall, festive holiday experience will raise funds needed for the ongoing maintenance and update of the building. And other holiday events happening in the Glen this weekend include a Christmas market at Williams Mill, along with the Credit Bazaar at St. Albion's Anglican Church on Saturday from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m.
What a great backdrop for Christmas.
Absolutely. It's again, we get into this season and it just seems to, we've got the tree lighting this week.
Did I just burp?
Yeah. We're really loosey-goosing it today. But yeah,
you wouldn't hear on the radio.
They had light up the hills the other day.
Yeah.
Is the Dominion Gardens lit up now?
Yeah.
It is. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
Yeah, they had their hot chocolate there on Thursday night, 6:30. They flicked the switch over.
Right on. Yeah, they did the one here at the Acton Arena, and thanks to Kevin Hazard, he does a great job every year setting that up. So Kevin, way to go! That's a good job, my friend. And it gets people into I think a little bit better mood. Mm-hmm. We have a Christmas gig with Crazy Chester coming up on the 16th at Tommy's here in town, just down the street. And we look forward to having everybody come on out, and we ask that you please bring food for the food bank. Please bring
really
food for the absolutely. This is something the band and I really want to do. Is if you come see our show on the 16th at Tommy's, please bring some food for the food bank.
I'm going to bring some Sweet 16 candies. I know that. I'll drop those off for you. Give them to the needy.
Give them to the needy.
Like me and Leah and me and Zena, as we're chomping on our Sweet 16s here.
They're actually really good.
Somebody was talking about on our telecells. Of course, we run the telecells. Well, we don't. Leah and Katie Downs run the telecell, but we operate them. And one of the questions on the Acton telecell was, "Who's the best burger in town?" Who won? Tommy's.
His banquet burger?
Oh, I had his banquet burger there the other day, and I'll tell you, I had to have a nap after that.
Yeah, and when I saw it, because I was on Facebook when we were off air, when I saw it on there, I was thinking, oh, geez, I got to call Catherine and order a burger when I leave here.
Just gets your mind working, right? I need a burger now, maybe a double.
I couldn't get through a double. There'd be no way, man. It'd kill me.
I remember in the old days I could have done that, but now I have to go have a little sleep.
Yeah.
A little curl up.
I'm taking just the extra insulin, that's all.
Now the Gellert Center is expanding apparently. This is from the Independent Free Press. The addition is expected to include a full-size multi-purpose court as well. And I'm trying to figure out where they're going to go. I guess towards the church, maybe.
I think so.
Local residents will be able to have their say next year on plans to expand Gellaert Community Park in Georgetown South. That's a great building.
It is. It is. We used to take kids there and go swimming all the time.
The town did a nice job on that building. The town bought a 2.8-acre parcel of land from Fernbrook Homes for the addition, just south of the Gellaert Community Center, near the corner of 8th Line and Dandy. So that's where they're going up.
Right up behind that church there.
Yeah, behind the church. So it's just doing nothing right now, that land. So
might as well.
Have, I like going for a walk around there sometimes late at night by myself, wandering around up there. There's a lot of trails to walk on in Gellaert Center. A lot of trails all over Halton Hills.
You figure Limehouse, is tons of them through there.
Yeah. And one of my favorite trails is behind the Acton High School.
Oh, God, yeah.
I used to take my dogs there every night when I lived in Acton. I loved the...
when I was on the cross-country team in high school, that was part of... We had to run that trail.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, that was part of our workout, so to speak.
I went in there the other day. I haven't been in there in years, but it's kind of getting overgrown a little bit because they've changed the trail.
Yeah.
The other trail to the south there is more used now by, Tanner's.
Tanner's.
And by the... but look at his face. I'm sorry, I'm just looking at Quinn. He's just a sucky baby, aren't you?
Isn't he?
Hey?
It's just a happy dog.
Yeah. Of course, Acton, Georgetown, it's dog town, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Love dogs here.
Well, even Melanie said that the other day. Where she lives, she's on Tweedle there, and I think every person on that street has a dog. Because it's just constant people walking up and down. And she goes, "There's a lot of dogs in this town." I'm like,
"What
"Yes,
a
there
delightful
is."
street Tweedle is,
isn't it?
From when you go right down to the very end of Tweedle into all the trees and those houses.
And those houses that are back in there.
Yeah, she's in the main part of it.
Yeah.
I know exactly where she is.
So yeah.
What always fascinated me is that building at the end of Tweedle, when you're coming out on Mountain there's a huge house.
Yeah.
Looks like a majestic house.
That's his Kindbaum.
Yeah.
The guy who was running in Georgetown there. That's where he lives.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's his house.
Fascinating house.
Mel was saying one day, she goes, "It looks like a haunted house."
It does, but it's very, very...
But it's well done.
Yeah, well done.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
and you should see behind the house, the property goes down, and there's a huge shop and building down there. It's really cool. I just noticed it the other day. So
Glenn Williams is very cool.
Yeah. Very cool. We'll jump in here. 2 Ontario men charged after allegedly defrauding Children's Aid Society of more than $250,000. The Peel Children's Aid Society was defrauded out of more than $250,000 by 2 of its own employees, according to Peel Police. In a news release, Peel Regional Police said investigators with its fraud squad arrested and charged 2 former employees on Monday. Several charges were laid in connection with the investigations described as an alleged purchase and reimbursement scheme. As a result, Monday police arrested Marino Cater, 43, of Ancaster, and Andre Paul, 46, of Acton. Also got charged with that too. So
again, it's not news we like to...
No. Definitely
not.
Like and even Zena and I were talking about this a little bit earlier. Like, how do you defraud Children's Aid? But they figured out a scam. And
they can come up with creative ways to make money if you think hard enough. The fact is from Acton. Let's hope that you get your life back together there, pal.
Yeah, hopefully. And once again, people are still innocent until proven guilty in this country. Unfortunately, the news doesn't broadcast it that way.
Well, that came right from CTV. That's CTV News.
Exactly.
That made the national news.
I find most news outlets all do that. They forget to mention that these people are charged with something. They are not convicted at this point. So they're, the investigators could be wrong. It can happen, and it has happened, and so remember, people, these people are charged, they're not convicted. They are still innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. So
That's right. New GO train schedules going to be affecting Milton and Halton Hills commuters starting Monday, coming Monday. On the Kitchener line heading eastbound in the mornings, a new trip will leave the Georgetown GO station at 6:30 a.m. This trip will make all stops and arrive at Union Station in Toronto at 7:28. So they've added a complete train to the service in the morning. Also starting on Monday, December the 5th on the Milton line, westbound trips from Union Station will depart 5 minutes later at 6 p.m., which means arrival time at the Milton GO station will be 7 p.m. Metrolinx, the operators of GO, have announced several other changes and other stations and lines as well, but we won't get into that.
Yeah.
We're just worried about the ones in Georgetown.
Yeah, exactly.
But they're adding another
Well,
train in the morning.
they really kind of need to, you know. A lot more people are commuting now. Winter's being here, so a lot of people don't want to drive into Toronto. I don't want to drive into Toronto on a good day. Imagine on a real crappy,
I
snowy
hate
day.
going. You know, I used to love going
Oh,
to
same
Toronto
here.
in my 76 Gremlin and going up and down Yonge Street, but now you can keep it.
Yeah,
You can
absolutely.
keep it. Yeah, I love this area. That's the reason I moved here.
I can
love the
remember going up and down downtown Toronto on Halloween. There was nothing
Yeah.
more fun than just taking a drive
Yeah.
and watching the antics
Do you remember
God,
those
yeah.
days?
and the costumes.
Do you remember those days though? Saturday nights, we all night long we'd go Yonge up, come back
God,
down
yeah.
again, go back up.
Oh,
We'd
yeah.
spend the entire night till 4 in the morning just cruising Yonge Street.
Hit the gas.
And nobody
works
did
and-
anything to us. Nobody.
Oh God, no, we
It
never
was
had.
just. But now
No.
No.
I wouldn't.
busy.
It's too
Yeah.
big. People they're not nastier than they used to be. They're too busy, I think, and they
well,
have too many things on the go.
So they tend to, you tend to get, the ignorance and now, mind you, watching, I've done that, people watching the idiots on their phone bumping into the lamppost and stuff is always very entertaining. It's just,
Oh yeah.
but yeah, I don't miss going into Toronto at all anymore.
I don't know
and
whether
it's so expensive now too, right?
I don't know why. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I'm older.
Maybe, yeah.
But I'm intimidated by all those high buildings and stuff. It's not Georgetown. You know?
No, and again, the age thing I think is part of it. We've been doing it for so many years that it's just not the same appeal.
Well,
that
when
it
you go
had.
down on the lakeshore, down by Park Lawn, there, it's all high rise.
Yeah. Oh, it's brutal there now.
It's not the same as it was when I was a kid.
No,
you know?
God, no. That was all like beach land at one point.
Well, I grew up in Arundel, Credit Woodlands, and Square One when I was a kid wasn't even there.
No.
One of my relatives had a farm where the Maryland Towers was.
Right.
If he came back and said, Russ, what does my house look like now? I'd show him a picture of the Maryland Towers. And it was an old farmhouse.
Yeah.
My Uncle John.
Yeah. No.
Well, I called him Uncle John, but I grew up in that area, and it's amazing. And that's why, when we talk about the expansion of Georgetown, for instance, Acton so far is not growing much, but Georgetown is in for a big shock.
Oh, yeah.
I'm telling you.
The next 5 years.
With the new townhouses going in on Trafalgar, which, all those houses that are boarded up on Trafalgar Road, just south of, is it Burton? Just south of Burton, I think. Across from the town hall or whatever, one of the town halls, and the funeral home. All those houses there are going to be townhouses.
Yeah.
And you're wondering why some of those old, beautiful houses, they just let them go, and you're wondering why. That's why.
Because that property's worth a lot of money.
That property's
That's
worth
like
a lot.
even here, Acton, over by Tim Hortons there, you've got that whole new stretch of houses in there. Well, I moved here in 76, and that plot of land was always sitting empty. And now they've built, I think there was 18 homes that went in there, and then at the end of church, a bunch of new homes went in where the old funeral home was there, whereas I wouldn't want to live in a house that was built where a funeral home stood for 100 years.
No.
Why not?
No thanks.
Oh, here comes Miss Spirituality.
Oh, I
Here we
would.
go.
Not like they're hanging out in there.
Actually, no, they don't hang out there. I mean, some do, but
By the way, Leah used to be, well, she still is with
Still is.
Halton Paranormal.
Art and paranormal, yeah.
We've got to go on one of those.
I did. I went with Leah. That was the first time I'd ever
Yeah,
met
you
Leah.
and your
We
wife,
did.
I think it was.
Gail and I did it at Tanner's, the restaurant, and filmed it all too. And
Did you find any ghosts at Tanner's?
oh yeah.
I know there was a lady you were telling me that was watching me at the McGibbon when I used to have Demoose there, and she used to wonder what I was doing. Writing the newscast.
Yeah.
Same as always. But
she probably existed when there was no such thing as radio, so she was wondering what the heck you were doing.
what are you doing there?
Yeah.
Halton Paranormal. What's going on with that now?
Well, Literally,
Kim
the
and
thing is
Kimberly.
that we've all got so much going on.
Yeah.
And Kimberly's moved to Peterborough now.
Oh, is she? Really?
okay.
Oh,
She's in
okay.
Peterborough, husband for a few years now. Kim's back to working with horses, and of course, you know my schedule.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Well, you got
Makes
so
it
many
tough.
things
we
going
keep
on.
talking about it every summer. We want to go out and do the abandoned houses because that was our absolute.
Well, you got
that's
to
our
take.
favorite.
You got to go. We got to set this up, and all of us. Quinn will come. Zine will come.
Here, ghost dog.
Why don't we try next summer to go down and do the ruins again?
Yeah, with the Barber's Mill.
Yeah.
When we had the documentary
get
done on us,
popu-
we went down there.
Yes,
We've
but
done a
we get-
few
I know
down there.
it's kind of a touchy thing over there with who owns the property, but get
You
the
have to
okay
check
with the
with real
police.
estate first because we did do it with the documentary, and cops showed up because there was some young kids shooting off BB guns. So somebody called. They got there just after we got set up, and they were like, "Guys, we know you're not doing damage. We know you're good here." But unfortunately, we cannot let you stay.
Yeah.
You have to get a hold of the real estate or the owner
Yeah.
and go that way. And
I've
work
always
it
been
out.
fascinated by supernatural things, and I was actually jealous of you when you went on with them because they never invited me.
No,
They just
No,
came
actually, you won it though. I think, didn't you?
I think so.
It was a win. It was a win. It was a contest.
Contest or
for
something.
someone to go with us to Tanner's for Halloween.
Yeah.
Well, I think somebody as a journalist and a broadcaster should come with you guys and document everything, right?
That's a whole other
That's the
topic.
angle he's going for, people. That's the angle he's working on there.
Big weekend of the Raiders.
Yeah.
Tonight they're in Aurora to take on the Tigers. We're looking very good.
Yeah.
And to Aaron Nagy and the boys, you're doing a fantastic job. The fact that the game is on at 5:30 now instead of 7:30 on a Saturday night
brilliant.
has really made a big difference.
Yeah.
I'm there every Saturday. I'm sitting right at the red line there. We got a couple of rows behind us that are friends of ours.
Yeah.
And we're going to have Shady Andrew come with us tomorrow night and do some recording. We're going to talk in the stands with some of the people.
Oh, right on.
And tomorrow is the teddy bear toss.
Oh, cool.
It's the teddy bear toss, folks. The Georgetown Raiders take on the Pickering Panthers at 5:30 on Saturday night. And we're in Aurora tonight, so all depending on what happens there. But
Right on.
we've won quite a few games in a row. The only game we've lost is to Burlington the last little while.
Yeah.
So we're, we had a long losing streak. Now
Way
we
to go,
started
boys.
another one.
Way to go, boys.
And,
right on.
And of course,
I want to say a big thumbs up to my pal Mitch Marner. See him
I'm
tomo-
glad that
tomorrow
he's got
night.
the empty netter.
Oh God, when he missed that first one,
Yeah.
I was like, "You gotta be kidding me!" And then I looked at the time. I went, "Okay, there's still time left."
5 in a row now, Leaf. 5 in a row.
5 in a row. Yeah, they're doing really well too.
Don't hold your breath. Don't hold your
Oh,
breath.
I know. Tomorrow
We're
night.
talking about the Leafs here.
Tomorrow night, as long as he gets the point, that's all I care about. So, and a reminder, Light Up the Hills has been up and running now as of yesterday, I think it was.
It's run.
And so check out Dominion Gardens in Georgetown. An amazing light show there.
Yeah.
And Kevin Hazard did a great job at the, and the Acton BIA did a great job at the.
Glenn Williams also has.
Glenn Williams has one too, yeah.
So we've got
Kind of really cool, because I remember when my kids were young, we used to pile in the van and we'd go around, you'd see all the houses that were done, and you'd see all the, the Light Up the Hills, and you make a whole trip out of it, get some hot chocolate, and away you go. So
I like it in Acton because as soon as you come into town, there it is, boom.
It's right there, yeah.
There. And it makes you feel good when you come into town.
Yeah.
And it's a perfect spot for it right there. But
And it gets that little bit nicer once you get that, the white stuff on the ground, and just really makes it feel like that Christmassy.
don't forget as well, there's a lot of folks around Halton Hills that really put on a good show with their houses. There's one on Johnson Crescent in Georgetown, which is he's got their own radio station, don't they?
I know.
And he donates money to, I think it's cash, I'm not sure. I think it's cash. It was last year.
Yeah, I think he's bounced it around, because I know it was a
he got
hospital one year.
Yeah.
And then cash the next year and stuff like that. So
It's
yeah,
nice
that
that
one's
he
really
gives
cool.
to local charities.
And he's now, I think, 3 properties wide
Yeah.
that he does it on. The 2 neighbors on either side jump in with him, and they go across 3 whole properties, and it's a great display.
Well,
And then you have Marcel as usual.
Marcel
Marcel,
as well,
of
yeah.
course. Marcel on
And
Argyle.
George-
there,
Georgetown
Argyle and
South there,
Sandoval
yeah.
I mean, he's got a mini town there.
Pretty much.
Every time I see Marcel's setup, it reminds me of an old movie. One of those old Christmas movies
Yeah.
with all the the old fangled, like he has all kinds of little characters on his lawn. Interesting stuff. He's got a great
and
mind,
like I said,
Marcel.
a great thing to do with the
You
kiddies.
can tell he's a hairdresser just by the way he sets
He
it out.
presents it, yeah.
It's perfectly. It's just perfectly balanced, the whole thing.
Oh, he does
Doesn't
that
look.
at his hair salon. He's got every event, Valentine's, Christmas.
Yeah,
He's
all
he's
nuts.
always got it dressed to the nines. Oh,
Oh,
my
that's
God.
cool.
Fun
But
guy,
like
fun
I
guy.
said, people, it's a great thing to do with the kids. It's a fun night out. Load them into the car in their PJs and their blankies and a hot chocolate. And you've got a lot, because Norval, you've got those houses in Norval as well that
You
do
could do a
bunch
whole
of-
night trip.
Exactly, that's what I mean. And we used to do it every year. And when I was
I
driving,
did when my kids were in too.
I was driving
The hot chocolate.
I was driving a limo for a while, and I took them all out in a limo once.
Oh, really?
Did the tour in the limo. It was great. The kids loved it. They thought
guess
that was
you
so
would.
cool, right?
Well, you go over on Johnson Crescent. There's always a line up there.
Yeah.
You have to wait to go and look at
Yeah.
it. You have to go up and around and come circle around and
Yeah.
back, and then you line up. But it's a good cause and a great.
They should do it. When I lived up HHOL way years ago, there was a section and there was a crescent, and the whole crescent, even the driveways were lined. It was done. But what they did in the corner, in one part in the crescent, was they built a box that was covered to protect it, and it was food donations.
Yeah.
It was the only way you could go.
Right.
You know, another great
was what
place
you
too
needed
is
to do.
just north of Winston Churchill, north of 7, up on the loop there, and the little road that goes up there. They always have a competition with
Right.
each other, don't they?
Yeah.
All the-
Oh, yeah.
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 I can't remember the name of the street.
No, I can't remember either. But,
you
that
know
was
what I'm talking
yeah,
about.
that was the one street that kind of started it for
Yeah.
me. Was because I picked a customer up there in the limo and went, wow, all these houses are like, holy smoke. So a couple nights later, that's when we went out and did it. So so you get a chance, check out the Light Up the Hills display in Georgetown here in Acton and Glen Williams, and very, very
What's she
cool.
doing?
This painting.
Oh, Amanda's painting. Yeah.
yeah.
We've got in touch with the Recovery Center, and
Yep.
or didn't we? Or what?
Yeah.
Tell us what's going on with that.
Halton Hills Place.
Yes.
Or Women's
Women's
Place.
Place.
Sorry, Halton's Pill. Oh, let me do this again. Halton Women's Place. Yes,
And we're gonna have a raffle, and
it's a raffle. It's up there. I post it once in a while, but
yeah, she's an amazing gal. She's gonna do a picture for me too, of my old where I live.
Right.
It's a very historic building.
We were talking about that. That's very cool.
Sean, who owns Max Tires and Easy Taxi and Fred's Towing and just about everything else, owns that building, and he painted it the exact color it was in the 40s.
Oh, okay.
Exact. Like he really looked at the color, and so it looks today is the same color as it did. And we have a picture from the 40s and the 50s. There's two of the different ones. So she's going to paint that for me.
Right on.
I'm going to put that up in my living room.
Check our Facebook page for this wonderful raffle that's going on. All proceeds are going to
Halton
Women's Place. That's right. And it's a beautiful Christmas picture. Make a great gift for somebody to be able to hand over. So very, very cool. Don't forget December 16th at Tommy's. Crazy Chester is back. Bring a non-perishable food for the food banks. We would love to be able to hand them over a good chunk of food as we get close to Christmas. A lot of families in need. They're saying food banks are being used upwards of 20 to 25% more now.
Yeah,
than
it's
they were.
really bad. The food bank got in touch with me and told, both food banks have been in touch with me and said, hey, Russ, can you help? So every morning on our post that you see up here at Zena's place is about the food banks and the fact that they really need your help this year.
And
especially right now, this time of year is always bad to begin with.
Exactly. So, and a reminder, yes, we are on location at Concept Leather, downtown Acton. You need boat seats fixed, you need your car seats fixed, you need your motorcycle seat fixed, you need your motorcycle bags fixed, whatever.
Need a cowboy hat?
Yeah, need a cowboy hat, purses, great gift ideas for Christmas. Please shop local, people. We need to keep this stuff local. Keep these businesses alive here in this town and in Georgetown for that matter. And it's quality stuff. This is not, and it's not always as expensive as you
No,
think.
you think when it's a leather store.
Oh,
Come
it's
in and
leather,
talk
it's gonna
to
be-
Zena,
no,
you
it's
would
not.
be surprised how little you'll have to pay.
Exactly. And you'll get good advice on what to do. Depending on seats and different leathers and suedes and stuff like that. Repairs, all kinds of stuff.
Well, don't forget Max Tires, of course.
Yep.
905-873-9255. We're running out of time here because we got Don Cherry, of course, on with us on the radio now. So we have to be 35 minutes. Thank you for joining us. Thanks for joining us. Don Cherry, of course, is on before us on the radio on all of our stations now, too, for the Grapevine Show.
Love having Don on. Thanks, everybody, for joining us once again this week.
See you next week.
Have yourself a great week. Be safe out there, and we'll catch everybody on the B side.
Oh, yeah, I got to do this.
Community is driven by community. You navigate.
I have
We
no
drive.
whip. I'm here.
Yeah, it's nice when she's not here. We can get away with murder.
Have a
ya,
great week,
folks.
everybody.